Hi, I am Julia Wanta. I just finished reading Thorne, Blackrose, and the Teddy Bear, and I actually bought it, and you can find it on Amazon. I think it's a great book, and everyone would just be loved to read it. Recently, we were sitting outside on a lawn chair. I went inside and left him on the chair. A neighbor on the side has a cat. The neighbor on the other side has a dog. While he was lying in the sun, the cat approached. He then noticed the dog sneaking up behind it. He yelled to the cat and it ran off. The dog looked at him with interest, with his eyes dark and approaching it. It growled menacingly, baring its sharp white fangs. He commanded the dog to sit, but I guess it wasn't trained well. It knocked him to the ground and he fell with a sharp pain as it bit him, sinking its teeth deep into one of his arms. He yelled for help as it dragged him away across the yard. He tried to defend himself, but it was too strong. It thrashed him around. It nearly tore his arm off. It brought him to a hole that it had dug in the ground. It dropped him in it. It started to cover him with dirt. The dirt was dark and moist. He tried to yell for help, but his mouth filled with the dirt. The weight of the dirt was getting heavier and heavier. He was soon buried beneath the earth. He had been buried without ceremony. In the darkness, he felt like disappearing as he was lying in the grave. He heard a muffled sound of me yelling at the dog. He figured that it was gone, so he tried to dig his way up and out, but being injured made it more challenging. Fortunately for him, I dug him out of the hole. I shook the dirt off of him and put me back on the chair. Also, I had a cooler next to him on the ground with soda pop and ice in it. The lid was open. I got up, leaving him, and went inside. He thought that I would close the lid. He reached over and fell inside the cooler with a splash. The lid closed with a thud, hitting him on his head and giving him a pounding headache. He frantically tried to escape. It was hard for him to get any leverage to push the lid open. He moved his arms helplessly, but the cold, wet walls of the cooler were too slippery.